Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy. I am an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we will be through the end of 2025. In 2026, we'll start the KJV. When we're done with that one, we'll pick a different Bible, and we'll just keep going because I want to read as many versions of the Bible as I can. And there are 405 right now. I know I'm not going to get through all of them, but I'm going to see how many of them that I can and what the differences in that language is. So there will be some more in-depth videos with some analysis later, because why did they edit it? Now, in this video, we're in Exodus chapter 3, and we are going to do all of chapter 3, which is verses 1 through 22. So let's jump in. Moses and the burning bush. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and led his flock to the far side of the desert and came to Horeb, the mountain of the God. Because there's Ra and Horeb. And they both, it's not just the eye of Ra. There's also the eye of Horeb. There's one eye, and one of them, the swirls go one way, and it's this eye. And then there's another one, and the swirls go the other way, and it's this eye. And he would identify with him that way because he was raised Egyptian, not necessarily Jewish. Which at this point, Jewish isn't even really a thing. He's really just Israeli. And because Jewish is about the tribe of Judah, in which he is not, because he is the tribe of Levi. So it's another good thing to know. He's not from the Judea. He's not from Jerusalem. Doesn't even exist yet. There the angel of the Lord appeared in the flames of the fire within a bush. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up, which is very, very odd. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up. I'm curious like that too. I would go check it out. What accelerant is on this thing? When the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, here I am. That seems to be the primary answer of the prophet when God is saying their name, is here I am. Do not come any closer, God said. That's good because it's on fire. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. Oh, wow. Okay. So in the middle of nowhere, though, mind you. Okay, so God can have holy ground all over the place. Then, near the eye of Horeb. Then he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. At this, Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at God. He was like, oh no, I'm going to get smited. The Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them cry out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of the land into a good spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. The home of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Pezerites, Hivites, and Jebusites. All of which also end up with some other connections to sons of Abraham or descendants of Abraham. And now the cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now, go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring Israelites out of Egypt? Why is he going to listen to me? And God said, I will be with you. And this will be a sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you, I'm going to footnote of A, Hebrew is, it's plural, as in they means you, the group, will worship God on this mountain. Okay, on the mountain of Horeb. All right. Moses said to God, suppose I go to the Israelites and say, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they will ask, what is his name? Then what shall I tell them? Because in the Egyptians, all the gods have different names, and you know them. So when you're talking to someone, you're talking to them using that disciple, like using that God's name as a disciple. Just, that's not how it works, because this is the God. And they are, energies, is in my opinion. That's what they are. They're energies. So, God said to Moses, I am who I am. Be, or I will be what I will be. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say to the Israelites, the Lord, see, in Hebrew, Lord sounds like, or maybe derived from the Hebrew word of I am. Like I am is the root word, and the Lord comes from it. The God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, the name by which I am to be remembered from generation to generation. Go assemble the elders of Israel and say to them, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, appeared to me and said, I have watched over you, and have seen as what has been done to you in Egypt, and I have promised to bring you up out of your misery in Egypt to the land of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, a land flowing with milk and honey. The elders of the Israelites will listen to you. And then you and the elders will go to the king of Egypt and say to him, the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, has met with us. Let us take a 3-day journey into the desert to offer sacrifices to the Lord our God. But I know that the king of Egypt will not let you go unless a mighty hand compels him. So he already knows that Pharaoh's going to be a jerk. So I will stretch out my hand and strike the Egyptians with all the wonders that I will perform among them. And after that, he will let you go. Sorry about that. It likes to give me the weather, so I know what I'm dealing with. Living in the desert, but we have a freeze warning tonight. So, verse 21. And I will make the Egyptians favorably disposed towards this people, so that when you leave, you will not go empty-handed. Every woman is to ask her neighbor, and any woman living in her household, for articles of silver and gold, and for clothing, which you will put on your sons and daughters, so you will plunder the Egyptians. Okay, so they're to collect all the gold and silver that they might have been hiding or that they have access to, so that they can leave with their things. Remember, they're slaves, so technically anything they have that the Egyptians gave to them, really, if they passed, the Egyptians could take that gold and give it to another slave. And it wouldn't matter, right? So they're saying anything that they gave you is yours. Take it with you. Tell the people ready to get going. So, when God calls, you can ask him clarifying questions needed to do the job properly that he's given you to do. But back talk, you got to mind the tone. Back talk, not really something he's going to tolerate for. He's patient and he loves you, so it's not like it's going to smite you. But also, Deuteronomy 8:3. Do not test the Lord our God. it's good enough for Jesus, then it's more than good enough for me.